The following video is a production of the Fondation LatinArte, in association with the Centre Mémoire Montréalais, and the International Center for Information and Documentation on Haiti, the Caribbean and the Afro-Canadienne community. It was produced under the direction of Mariza Rosales Argonza, in 2018, as part of the project, Vues transversales. The video is part of Mémoire de Montréal, the MEM's online encyclopedia. It appears in the collection, Stories of Immigration, and in the dossier, The Latin American Community in Montreal. It shows a meeting with Catalina Montoya, a Montreal jeweler, who immigrated from Colombia. The artist and founder of the company Cadre tells her story in her workshop filled with tools. Catalina has long curly brown hair with light highlights. She wears silver honeycomb earrings. Throughout her story, images show her at work, in front of her workbench. She creates jewelry inspired by the elements of nature. Credits begin. Images scroll by, as if on a film reel. Some of them stand out. Across Park Martin Luther King, St. Pascal Bailon Church stands beside Plaza Côte de Neige. At Parc La Fontaine, Catalina Montoya sits on a bench. A woman and her dog look at Beaver Lake. The Place de Youville fire station stands under a blue sky. The title appears. Vues transversales. The film reel zooms in on the face of Catalina Montoya. In her workshop, she lights a match, then lights a small torch.
My name is Catalina Montoya. I am from Colombia. My artistic discipline is jewelry. I arrived in Montreal in 2007 in the middle of winter, on February 22nd. But in 2011, I went back to Colombia. After going through a personal issue, I said to myself, I need a sabbatical year, to find a meaning to my life. I went back to Colombia for about 6 months. And I came back to Montreal in 2012.
Wearing glasses and an apron, she adjusts a rolling mill.
So that's when I said to my best friend in Colombia, I would like to make jewelry. Do you know someone? She answered, of course. I know a jeweler who teaches in his workshop. She gave me his number. And I started taking classes with him.
Catalina spreads out earrings that resemble leaves and flowers.
He taught me by starting with the design of the jewel. Bring me the concept you want and from there I'll teach you the basic techniques. And that's how it happened. I brought him lots of concepts. Nature has always interested me. The first time, I brought him pieces of wood to make a ring. He said, I'm going to teach you. He said, are you sure you haven't done jewelry before? I answered, it's the first time. And he said, you have a lot of skill, go ahead, keep practicing. He was the one who gave me the spark to continue to practice jewelry making.
Catalina files a piece of jewelry.
When I came back here in 2012, after my sabbatical in Medellin, I started a jewelry making class. I completed it in 2014. It was in 2014 that I officially began to practice jewelry making. I started to equip myself. Since I started, every month, I buy a tool or something. All my birthday gifts for the past 5 years have always been jewelry making tools. Montreal and Quebec offer a lot of support. For craftspeople, artists, people who want to grow within these artistic disciplines. Thanks to the scholarships I got, thanks to the organizations that supported me, to the advisors who helped me. I go every month, they tell me it's this way, you have to do that this way, go to this place. All the tools and all the capacity that the city of Montreal has to help you, that helped me enormously.
She reads in Parc La Fontaine.
I feel like I'm a Montrealer. And beyond that, I feel that I have made the city my own. If family or friends are coming to town, I am the ideal tour guide because I am in love with Montreal. The place I most identify with in the city is Parc La Fontaine. First, because it's the first place I lived when I arrived. in front of the park. What I like is that it is a place for socializing. What struck me as magnificent, from there, was this use of public places, such as parks. I love the lake because I'm a water lover. I love it when we can go skating in the winter. A very special story that I remember, from when I was studying event planning. They told me that, many years ago, Parc La Fontaine was a zoo. So I was like, wow, there were giraffes or who knows what kinds of animals here. And it seemed magical to me. I think this is a good place to go and read. To eat with friends. To go exploring, because I'm always going around finding little things. Looking at the textures, I am always on the lookout for nature. And even though I moved, my workshop is not far from the park, which makes it my favorite place in Montreal.
At the edge of the park's pond, a gull perches on a lamppost. In the center, water sprays from the fountain. Credits begin. A film reel shows portraits of Latin Quebec artists. In one image, a drizzle of maple syrup drips from a tin can. It pools into the shape of Latin America. The title appears on the amber puddle. Vues transversales, a panorama of Latin American art in Quebec. Direction, production and audiovisual post-production, Felix Herrera. Production and content, Angela Sierra. Research and translations, Isolde Picard. Animation, G4 Audiovisual, and, Herrera Mortigui Sanchez. Project direction, Mariza Rosales Argonza. Many thanks to the Latin artists and their talent, who make Vues transversales possible. Ana Catalina Montoya, Ana Pfeiffer Quiros, Beatriz Herrera, Diana Leon, Diego Yeo Herrera, Laura Bari, Maria Ezcura, Mauricio Segura, Rafael Sotolicchio, and Rafael Zaldivar. Music, Rafael Zaldivar, Circularity, Danza Negra, Decima, Don Heather, Eyesight, Miguaguanco, Oneness, and Pregonero. Special thanks to the Centre Culturel Notre Dame de Grâce and the Bibliothèque Béni, to Édition Boréal, to Les Grands Balles Canadiennes, to Cajoyerie, to the Maison de la Culture Villeray Saint-Michel Park Extension, to the Salle de Diffusion de Park Extension, to McGill University and to the Théâtre aux Écuries. Vues transversales is a production of the Fondation LatinArte, in association with and Citica. Vues transversales is made possible thanks to the financial support of the City of Montreal and the Conseil des Arts et des Lettres du Québec. Audio description by Ella Cuscio.